The Democratic Party taught us something very important this session. Al Green was kicked out, and as a result, the Democratic Party got quieter. Yes, they did XYZ in order to try to heckle. However, ultimately, they decided to allow for the authoritarians to be comfortable and for them to be silent, for them to be comfortable and for them to be seen as conspiracy theorists. This legitimizes that administration. What legitimized it initially is the fact that they continue to call them POTUS when in fact Amendment 14 Section 3 exists, which tells us that if they don't care about the Constitution, then why should we? And we see that in how the people are reacting. The people don't think that this is serious. The people think that this is only 4 years. The people think that they can vote themselves out of this. The people think that the courts will save them, and it won't. It won't. But the Democratic Party is not serving as a guidance outside of this authoritarianship, and as a result, I don't think that we're going to be able to quell this sooner than we would like, which means that you have to see it as for sure that Social Security will be gutted, that all these other things will be gutted, that the forest will be removed. It's going to be really bad, and by the time we realize it as a people, we're going to be like, well, who's going to save us? And you didn't want to save you. You didn't want to go to the march. You didn't want to do the general strike because you thought it was going to be 4 years. You thought the Democrats were going to help, but they told you during the session they're not going to do anything that makes this administration uncomfortable. Okay? And by they, I mean the collective. There's individuals, of course, who left, Al Green, all that. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the party. I'm talking about the party of decorum. I'm talking about the party who has continuously allowed for us to move more towards the right. And as a result, maybe they agree with some of the things that they position. In that reality, two of my senators in California voted for a good amount of orange cabinet picks, like Mark Rubio, Senator Schiff, Senator Padilla, both of them. In this reality, we have an opposition party full of cowards, full of people with no guidance who are willing to guide us out of this. People say it's because they're scared of their lives. Okay, then they should leave Congress. They should leave Congress because Congress and other countries have literally put their lives on the line. Germany, Latin America. But all of a sudden in America, we said that we're like badass, no one can mess with Americans. But Congress is scared. So it's okay because they're scared. And it's crazy because it's like if they thought their family were at risk, they should have sent them to another country. That's what they do in other countries. I know because of a background in conflict, peace, and security, international law. So I know that Congress can serve as defenders of a people, but this Congress, particularly the Democratic Party, has positioned they're not defenders of the Constitution. That's the courts. They're lawmakers, but that's only to give the perception that they don't require to do anything. And they told us during the session. That they don't have an opposition power. They don't have an opposition power, so we're going to have to do that from grassroots, bottom up. And it's unfortunate because a lot of people are looking to the Democratic Party to guide them through it, and they're not giving that. So I acknowledge that this isn't going to end as soon as we need it to because so many Americans are indoctrinated to believe that this is a phase, and it's not going to. And I know that because it's my background to study this. But in our reality, what can we do? What can we do as me is that I have to watch everything crumble and try to see how I can fix for people to go back up.